Offense was incredibly tough to come by. Offensive line issues, injuries, which you wonder how much that might have impacted things. In the end, Philly wins, and we head up to the booth to visit with Joe and Troy. And Joe, I have all these things I'm ready to ask you about, but I got to throw them out the window and just ask what you and Troy thought about that decision late. You go for it on 4th down, and I couldn't believe they snapped it, and you hand Green Bay an opportunity. I'm curious what you all think of it now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're always questioning stuff like that up here, but we're still talking about it here during the commercial when we threw it to you and you take over. We're still talking about it, just kind of surprising. But they end up getting away with it. But to throw that pass downfield, they could have punted. That even booming it out of the back of the end zone, you know, it's 15 more yards of field position. It surprised us, and it gave Green Bay a chance, but they couldn't do anything with it.
Troy, this Philadelphia team is so scrutinized, right? But as I said, they managed to just win and win and win. And they are the reigning champions of the world. I mean, it certainly gives us things to talk about and wonder what the hell is that about. They just win football games. What do you make of them right now?
Well, I still think they're a really good football team. I mean, it's not easy to win here at Lambeau. We certainly understand that. The defense, I thought coming into this game as we move through the rest of the year, the defense is only going to get better. I didn't expect that dominant of a performance that they had tonight in this ball game. But, yeah, this is kind of how they've been. I mean, it's not about style points, and they've never really been about that. And that's how this year has gone for them. I know the way they began the year, played a lot of really good football teams, played a lot of good defensive teams. They did again tonight. They found ways to win. And when you win those games like this one on the road against teams that you think are going to be in contention, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with Green Bay after this game. I mean, this is a type of loss. I mean, it could unravel on you in a hurry. Now they've lost back-to-back games, so we'll see. But I like Philadelphia. I like the toughness and the grit that they've shown, even though it doesn't always look pretty.
Not only have they lost back-to-back games here, Troy, their 3 losses this year. They gave up 13 to Cleveland, lost, 16 to Carolina, lost, and 10 here, lost. I wonder, can you be a championship team if your defense hangs those kind of numbers and you can't outscore?
Well, I've constantly heard that defense wins championships.
Exactly.
So, you know, when you hold a team under 17 points in today's game, teams win those games. I mean,
right.
They win a lot of those games. I think coming into this game, only 6 losses when that's happened, and 2 of those have been with the Packers. Now 3 of the 7 have been with the Packers. So the offense just hasn't been able to find their way. They haven't been at full strength. I know it's frustrating for everybody involved, but this is a concern right now, certainly, by the way that they came out and played tonight and what everyone anticipated to be a really huge game as far as what this is going to do at the end of the season.
Joe, it's Vegas next week. Maybe we catch a show, play some Pai-Gow poker. What do you think?
I'm in. Cirque du Soleil. Yeah, whatever you want to do. Just text me. We'll figure it out. Maybe go to the Sphere, see Wizard of Oz.
Whoa, all right. Well, whatever. I'll follow your lead. Look forward to being with you guys out there. It'll certainly be warmer inside in Vegas. Travel well, man. Always appreciate the time.
See you, Scott.
The Slim Reaper himself, DeVonta Smith, joins us on the set once again. Welcome back to the show. Thank you for taking a minute. Congratulations on the win. Before we talk about it, could you just describe what the Eagle fans are all about, man?
Best fans in the world, man. You know, they gonna come out no matter where we're going. You can count on them being there.
Yeah, and you can count on them staying when you win. I was laughing with Troy when you guys went to Arrowhead a few years ago. They stayed and celebrated, and they're chanting "Dallas sucks." I'm like, man, Dallas isn't even here. You guys beat Green Bay, and that's where they're going to celebrate. But this game tonight in this atmosphere, an incredible venue. The defense is balled out. It was really tough. I mean, a first down tonight felt like a big deal. What made it so difficult for both sides to get anything done?
Like you said, man, those are 2 great defenses, man. You know, both sides came out and, you know, played their best ball. I think at the end of the day it came down to, you know, making a few plays that, you know, that made a difference. And then at the end of the game, just being able, you know, as an offense, we pride ourselves on finishing it with the ball in our hands. We didn't do that, but the defense went out there and closed it out.
About that, you've got the ball in your hand. It's 4th down, and I get it, taking a shot, because maybe you get a PI and maybe 11 comes down with it, or if they look to you, maybe you do. But we were kind of surprised that you guys made the snap in that situation. Were you?
No, not really, man. You know, we got all the trust in those guys, man. Whatever 1 and 11 want to do, if that's what they call, that's what they want to do, we rolling with it.
The touchdown that you scored, you and your team, you guys had one. It was 2 plays. It happened like 77 yards in a blink. It's a screen to Saquon, and then it's a shot to you. On a night like this, when you know 7 might be all we need, right? If we get to 10, we might win. How does that sharpen the focus, understanding how important a touchdown is going to be?
Yeah, man, it takes a lot of focus, man. You know, like I said, you got to make those big-time plays. And, you know, with the offense, the way we were struggling, all we were saying was somebody got to go out here and make a play. And, you know, Saquon got the big run before I got the big hit.
I can't help but laugh, and I said it again to Joe and Troy. I mean, you guys are the most scrutinized team that wins and wins and wins, right? You got teams out here that are letting coaches go, and they got teams that are, you know, they're out of playoff contention that thought they might be. You know, I root for one in Washington. It's a banged-up group. I'm not going to make excuses, and that doesn't matter to this conversation. My point is you guys just win and win and win. Can you describe what it's like to be inside your group, looking outside at all the chatter that surrounds you all?
It only matters what we do inside the building, man. It's only about those guys that's in there, the coaches. You know, when you're having success, you're going to have people that's, you know, going to talk about you, talk down there, going to hate on you. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing something right.
Cat Williams taught us that, didn't he? He said you better get some by the end of summer, but you guys just continue to win games however it's required. And I just, the championship mindset of your group, I just feel like it's evident. And does it matter to you guys how you win games?
Nah, it don't matter, man. As long as we come out top. You know, we got things we need to clean up, that's always, but, you know, long flight back. Glad we got the dub.
How would you describe Lambeau? I mean, we had 2 hours in countdown, and obviously, you know, Kelsey's the guy that played with you guys for so long, and I just marvel at what this place is. I mean, it's Green Bay. If you've never been here, it sits in the middle of really nowhere. It's just a very small town, and it means everything to them. Is it the kind of thing that you guys kind of take in?
Me personally, yeah, man. You know, I enjoy playing in this atmosphere. First time being here, first time playing in it, man. You know, I enjoyed every second of it.
I mean, from what it was described to you as, did it live up to the rep? Because, I mean, like, you know, coming out of the SEC or whatever else, I mean, there's gigantic stadiums, and this one is one of the biggest in the NFL. I just feel like the atmosphere is a singular. I don't think there's anything else quite like it.
I would say it's up there with probably the best places I've been. It's definitely up there.
For you personally, I don't have my box score in front of me, but I believe you wasn't a lot of offense, but you had a huge first down catch and a touchdown catch. You've been, between the Minnesota game and this game, I feel like you're really elevating. Have you felt like things starting to click? Because it's obviously been something people wondered about the passing game, and you've really been excellent of late.
Oh, man, that's just the standard we hold ourselves to in our room, man. You know, when the ball comes to you, make the play. And we pride ourselves on that. We're not making no excuses, you know. No matter what the throw is, if it touch our hands, we expect ourselves to make it. And that's just the standard that we hold ourselves to.
All right. Last thing as it relates to the Eagles, looking at kind of the amount of runway left. This was a huge one potentially for home field. How early does the thought about playing in another great home venue, the Link, how early does thought about the possibility of you having home field throughout the playoffs begin in your room?
We just stay the course, man. We focus on only 1 week at a time. At the end of the day, whether we're in the Link or not, we got to go out there and play our brand of football. That's all it comes down to, no matter where you're playing it.
Okay. You know, I believe you. Like one game at a time, I get it, but I do think that in the big picture, you guys know the value of the Link.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Like I say, best fans in the world, man. A lot of teams have a lot of problems when they come to the Link.
Man, I root for Washington, man. They made me I put cream cheese head on my head. I mean, they kind of compel you to want to be part of the party, and you gave them something to cheer about tonight, man. Good health the rest of the way. Congratulations on the victory tonight. Thanks for coming out here.
Thank you.
Always.
I mean, bro, you know, it's hard to say shoulda, coulda, wouldas in this league, because if you say you shoulda won it, like, you lost, like. But you would like to win games like that. You know, I think even the possession they scored, I just feel like we wish we had that third down back, you know. So that's tough. But, yeah, I think we should win these type of games for sure.
Well, unfortunately, there's absolutely no moral victories in our sport, but I was proud of our guys' effort. I thought they battled for 4 quarters. I mean, we knew it was going to be a 4-quarter fist fight, and I thought our defense was outstanding, and unfortunately just too many mistakes offensively to overcome it. And, you know, I've said this many times, you hold good football teams to 10 points, you should win the football game, in my opinion. But obviously didn't do enough offensively. And, we got a short week. Can't feel sorry for ourselves. We got to figure it out and come back and be better.
You give up 13 to Cleveland, lose. 16 to Carolina on this field, lose. 10 to Philadelphia on this field, lose. We spent 2 hours before the game talking about championship aspirations. Your defense is good enough. Is this offense the reason why Green Bay cannot be viewed tonight as a championship contender?
100%. We talked last week about the fact that on their resume, there was a blemish against the Browns, the Carolina Panthers. There was also a tie against the Dallas Cowboys. But when your defense is playing at the level that this defense has in those losses, the blame rests solely on the offense, Matt LaFleur, and its quarterback, Jordan Love. We talked before this game that they had to make a play and take an ascension so that Jordan Love could show that this was his team to take to a Super Bowl. This was his team to take to an NFC championship. And what we've seen the last few games hasn't proved that to me. And the other piece is this. There are some pieces missing. So what can Matt LaFleur do that allows Jordan Love some easy completions and opportunities to score?
And when they lost Kraft early in that game against Carolina, you understand how dynamic he is, and in the middle of that in real time to try to adapt. Okay, but you had a week to get ready for this game, knowing you didn't have him. You are shorthanded at the receiver position. But, 7 points is all they could get against Philadelphia. You lose your center, I believe it was, in this game. There were a lot of attrition on the offensive line on both sides. But you can't make excuses for
you can't make excuses for not scoring 10 points. You can't make excuses for not scoring 13 points. Listen, it's difficult to be explosive when you don't have your top-tier players, the Matthew Goldens, the Tucker Crafts, but you have to find a way to make enough plays. And you had an opportunity late in that first half to at least get an attempt at a field goal, and you fell there because you turned the football over. And then there was an opportunity to lead Christian Watson across the field there late to get them a chance to kick a field goal, and he threw it up the field instead of toward the sideline.
You tell Coach LaFleur and his group before this game starts, you're holding Philly to 10. They're figuring, hey, we might not blow them out, but this is a game we're winning. They didn't. It's not like Philly was explosive, but they had a couple of plays, Ryan, that got them the one touchdown. How'd they get set up?
Listen, this is beautiful, right? They're up 3-0, and you're going to see Jalen Hurts manipulate the pocket, and this is all going to be about Saquon Barkley and also Quay Walker. Quay Walker is going to get into the line of scrimmage, and here as we start to play, you'll see as Saquon Barkley leaks out, and now Quay Walker is trying to make a decision of whether to continue to go right here. If we pause it, he's going to try to make a decision on whether or not he's going to continue and get to Jalen Hurts, or if he's going to move out to Saquon Barkley, which leaves Valentine one-on-one in the open field with one of the league's most explosive players, Saquon Barkley. Now watch, we're going to get Jalen Hurts with the throw to the outside, and this is a position you don't want to be in. Saquon Barkley with the spin move, now he gets down the sideline.
What'd you explain to me when we were watching the bus? When you're out there on that island with that man in particular?
All you feel is space, right? It's like that little clown from It is hovering around, and you're in a dark room of mirrors. You know that it's going to be a problem. Now, this is a beautiful play. We used to call this a zombie route. They're going to get A.J. Brown up the field and across. And then DeVonta Smith, who's going to become the post player, is also going to attack Evan Williams. You're going to get a pump from Jalen Hurts, and then he's going to go over the top to DeVonta Smith. Watch Jalen Hurts as he's in the pocket. A.J. Brown gets up the field. When A.J. Brown goes up the field, he's going to pull Xavier McKinney out of the quarter. That gives one-on-one against Evan Williams for DeVonta Smith, and now we get a big throw by Jalen Hurts.
Double moves work every time, Coach Hasselbeck. Remember that. I'm amazed at how strong he is for a skinny guy. He has got strong hands, and he is elevating his game in a big way.
But we always talk about it, though. He's a professional receiver, and he's always been that, right? When he was playing for the Bootleggers in Louisiana in high school, he was the guy who could play both ways, hoop, and when he played the wide receiver position, he had a very high acumen, and we see it here now.
Elite route runner, yes, and one of the great receivers in this league. It was a night where points came at a premium. 10 was enough to get Philadelphia a victory. RC, always appreciate you. We'll see you in Vegas
My man.
next week.